Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Frankly, this watch is too big for my wrist, but it might be just perfect for yours. It is the IWC Big Pilot's Watch Top Gun Miramar, reference 5019-02. Launched in 2012 and built through 2015, this one takes the Big Pilot nomenclature to the extreme. 48 millimeters in diameter in scratch-resistant black ceramic with titanium metal hardware. The watch is imposing in a way very few timepieces can be. Absolutely huge. This one uses raw power to make a striking impact on any wrist. Even if you've got a tree trunk forearm, I suspect this is still going to be on the large side. Lug-to-lug, 60.7 millimeters. 60.7. 15 millimeters thick, meaning it's not nearly as thick as you would imagine for a thing like this. And then the spacing between the lugs, ordinarily a huge 22 millimeters. On this watch, it actually looks fairly discreet. It doesn't appear to be broadly stanced, even though it is. So this is a huge watch for a wrist I would recommend of at least 18 centimeters circumference. The watch is light and easy to wear though. Ceramic, sapphire, and titanium, the primary constituents of the case assembly, are all light materials, and so eyes closed could be a 42 or a 43, but eyes open, you quickly realize that this is a watch more likely to be worn on my biceps. Now, opening up the strap, we can take a quick look at the hardware that accompanies such an imposing piece. You can see it's a green olive drab Miramar military-inspired textile, and then there's a calfskin on the underside, and this is a new IWC factory strap, so you'll get to gouge it, and you'll get to gouge it with this, a simple satin-finished titanium pin buckle to match the metal hardware components of the case, which are titanium. Now, the case is all of high polish. You can miss it at first pass, but it is a glossy, gleaming finish that contrasts with the simulated aged look of the tobacco-colored dial and its patina-style Ecru Superluminova. You'll also note that it's a double scale with the 12 hours inboard in a muted red, and then maximum emphasis on the 60-second, 60-minute track outboard. Oversized, blackened, broadsword style hands. You can see there's actually a sub-register at 3 o'clock for the power reserve indicator, and the power reserve of this watch is 7 days, 168 hours. There is both a stop seconds function, which I'll demonstrate, and a quick set function for the date. So you get both of those features, allowing you to precisely set this aviation inspired, and specifically Navy aviation inspired, oversized pilot's watch. So the nice thing about the ceramic is that it is both light and it is very scratch resistant. So this is a watch that essentially doesn't age. Don't crack it or fracture it, and it may never show any signs of wear. The dial gives you everything you need. There will be a lume shot at the end, and the extraordinary extension of the counterweighted Lancet-style seconds hand allows you to see the movement beating away at 21,600 vibrations per hour, so those 6 beats per second. Now turn the watch over. There's a little bit of a question about some of this imagery. A lot of folks think that this is the United States Navy Fighter Weapons School logo, and it's not. It is the logo from the Tom Cruise movie, meaning you have a wonderful piece of movie memorabilia that also pays tribute to naval aviators in the United States. Now Miramar, of course, the former location of this program, it's no longer at Miramar, but this is a nostalgic watch, courtesy of the aged imagery. We're looking back, perhaps even as far back as 1986. The case back, all of satin finish. Underneath it, IWC manufacturer caliber 51111, 42 joules, automatic winding, 7-day power reserve. You have both the stop seconds and the quick set date. It beats away at 21.6. It has a free sprung balance for shock resistance and an overcoil hairspring, so it keeps very good time in any orientation with respect to gravity, even while airborne. Now, it is an IWC manufacturer caliber that is built for giant watches, and it remains one of the largest automatic winding calibers in the world. This one is absolutely full of toys, and of course 60 meters water resistant with a screw down crown, so this watch is surface swimmable provided you put it on a full textile rather than half leather strap. It also has blowout protection, so if you're in a cockpit that explosively decompresses, you have that measure of protection against the expulsion of the sapphire, which is specially secured. Probably more than anyone needs, but it's nice to have it. Finally, the movement is adjusted in 5 positions chronometer style to make maximum use of that overcoil hairspring, which beats rotates concentrically in any orientation with respect to gravity. And those are all the toys. The crown is immense. 11 millimeters I measured, and as you can see, a vintage onion style. Top Gun may have moved on from Miramar, but this Miramar is anything but ready to give up the ghost. This is a old school pilot's watch with new school materials. A very easy watch to wear, provided you've got the wrist. It's a watch with effortless style if you have the tree trunk forearm. See it and make it yours on the watch box. IWC Big Pilot's Watch Top Gun Miramar.